Welcome to the Marvels, Mysteries and Midlanders podcast. Prepare to take a dive into all things mythical, eerie and downright strange. Stick around. You might just enjoy yourself.
So, I don't know if you can see this, but this is Monster Energy branded pickles.
Oh!
Whoa.
Why?
Yeah, dill spears
Are they pickled in Monster then?
brined in Monster Energy drink.
Yeah.
That is dirty. Dirty.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You've just joined us at a momentous occasion. The young, handsome Julian Collins has just introduced me and Lewis to the wonders, as you've just heard, of Monster Energy pickles. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dill pickles, or dill peppery, pickly things.
That changes everything.
Brined in Monster Energy. It's just... what else can we brine in pickles?
I can't remember the last time I had a Monster Energy drink, but I think it's my least favourite of the beast energy range.
I haven't had energy drinks since I was 16 years old, where I drank 2 cans of... I can't remember what energy drink it was. It was Monster or Rockstar or one of those
one of those various.
I drank 2 of the big cans before 9 a.m. and I could feel time. I could actually feel things which I weren't sure were real or not, and it was a very odd day for me.
I bet. I remember when I first started working at Aldi, back when I used to work there, and it was kind of a big thing amongst the staff to have an energy drink, because if you're rushing about the store. So I was like, yeah, I'll get onto it. And at this point, I've never really got onto it. So when I was having it, I was just running about the store, sweating loads, like just running about, just stacking stuff on the shelves, going, just sprinting about. Obviously, the managers were like, yeah, this is the performance we want from staff members. But after a while, you start to feel your insides melting a bit, and
that's...
you come
Why
across...
Sonic the Hedgehog stacking the shelves?
Yeah, I mean, we did wear blue as well, so that's exactly what we look like. But yeah, I mean, the only other thing I can really... Actually, where I work now, a guy bought me an energy drink recently it was just from an off license, and it was 25 pence. I still haven't drank it. It's sitting in my fridge because I'm pretty sure it's like battery acid or something, because...
Yeah, I remember the 25. I used to have them when I was in school. Because there was a shop just down the road from our school, so every day, to get in early.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'd dip out, go to the shop, get the 25p energy drinks, and then I would just
feel time.
I'd die all day. It was awful. The 25p
was
ones,
it the ones
you
that
might
were
as
silver?
well crack it.
Was it the silver and red
and they've
ones?
got a little bit of red at the top. Yeah, I used to have them. I am surprised I don't have any sort of digestive issues.
Not yet.
Due to the amount of those
not yet.
drink. Well, not yet.
I mean,
later in life, I'm going to be clapped.
The only other person I know who drinks energy drinks every day, all day, is a guy we know called Jim. Now, he's a friend from university, but I've known him for at least 7 or 8 years now, I think. I don't know how long it's been since we left university, Lewis. I don't know. Also, by the way, everyone, Lewis is here. Hello, Lewis. Say hi to everyone. There we go. Yeah, he is here, by the way. But yeah, he just drinks energy drinks non-stop, relentless. He's relentlessly drinking relentless.
Oh, God, yeah. I can't. Oh. Energy drinks, I just can't do them anymore. That one time is just single-handedly, I look at them and I'm just like, I'm sickened with myself.
You heard it here first, kids. Drink energy drinks responsibly, because otherwise...
Don't have 2 before 9 a.m.
Yeah. You'll either feel time, die, or like me, run about your place of work, sweating and laughing, throwing things on shelves.
Yeah.
It's not...
You will shit precious metals, and it will not be enjoyable.
Or just like sand. You're so dehydrated, it's just...
Honestly, my kidneys, I've got 2 of them. I don't know if either of them work right now.
I believe mine are now permanently bruised just from the 2 I had.
Yeah, not keen on them.
Yeah. So everyone, thank you for joining us. Lewis, Junan, again, welcome to another episode of Marvel's Mysteries and Midlanders. Good day. Right, and so today, guys, we are looking at, again, fantastic topic. This is known as the Screaming Skull of Burton Agnes Hall. So, first things first, what do you gentlemen know about screaming skulls? Absolutely
nothing. This is all new to me.
Schools is in buildings.
I'm pretty sure I said skull, not schools. But yeah, mate, screaming skulls. I mean, any lunchtime you go by one, it'll be a screaming skull, but yeah. Pay attention, will you? Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
sorry.
No, I'm intrigued to find out about this because I've been trying to work out the logic of it in my head, but skulls not having any sort of vocal cords or anything.
Well, I don't know if I can get into the signs of it for you, but I can certainly give you the reasons why. Well,
I'm a self-proclaimed scientist now. Yeah. I will tell you what the
Sorry,
science
Mr.
is.
Science, I didn't mean to upset you. First things first, tales of screaming skulls seem to be specifically localised to the British Isles, mainly, particularly in England. So whether it's a farmland settlement or a manor house, screaming skulls always pick their victims for a reason. From guardian spirits bringing luck to the household to vengeful spirits tied to a location for all eternity, promising doom and destruction should their mortal remains ever be disturbed. That's more like it. One definition for a screaming skull is the embodiment of the luck of a household or family. But most of the time, though, it's just probably a haunted skull just screaming at you.
I can't think of anything more unsettling than a skull just inanimate and then it just starts screaming at you.
Yeah, it wouldn't be very nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are they floating or have they got a body?
In this story, it's just it's just chilling.
On a shelf.
Yeah, on a shelf or whatever. In this story, it's just chilling out. But that doesn't mean, because there's other stories which we will get to one day, but today we're just focusing in on Burton Agnes Hall. But yeah.
Who's keeping skulls?
Well, that's the thing. We're going to go into why people are keeping skulls. Why is this happening in the first place? But first things first.
I was going to say, that's very weird.
It is. It's very, it's pretty gothic, but at the same time, skulls are cool. Just think, guys, beneath this fleshy exterior is a skull that we could just take out.
Oh, no, yeah, this reminds me of a dream I had the other day.
Okay.
I can't remember who it was. I was just talking to someone and their eye was just gone.
Oh.
Like, it was just like a pit. It wasn't like bloody or gross or anything like that. It was just wasn't there. And then I was talking to them and I realised I could see their skull through their face hole. That was my dream. And I remember thinking, I was like, oh, this is unusual, but not alarmingly weird. And then I woke up and I was like, that was uncomfortable, to say the least.
Sorry, mate. Sorry to bother you. Just want to let you know that your skull is showing.
Yeah, I can see your bones.
Just want to put that away. Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, it was weird. That is
weird. But let's be honest, we could do episodes upon episodes about dreams. I mean, we decided to keep it.
I'm sure we
kept
will.
the dream diary, didn't we, at some point?
I mean, I've still got one. I just don't remember enough dreams to add to it often. But yeah, I have some really weirdly vivid dreams, which are
the ones I've got though are
Michael Bay movies.
The ones I've got though are pretty entertaining. What do you dream about, Lewis? Do you dream at all, or you just dead brain?
Yeah, I do dream, but I don't tend to remember what happens in them.
Right, that's the end of that conversation then. Right then, so moving forward. How do we recognise and identify a screaming skull? With the information you know so far, other than the screaming.
It's a skull and it's
other
screaming.
Than the screaming. Yeah. So this information I've got now is actually taken from a guy called David Clarke's actual PhD thesis, which he did on head cults, which is a whole other situation to look into. But so this is his listing he did of how to identify a screaming skull. So the first is a dwelling place has a human skull which has been kept for hundreds of years in an important part of the house, in a specially made wall niche, on a prominent windowsill, or besides a hearth. So he's basically saying that it could be a fixture in a household already, and disturbing it could cause it to go crazy. That's one.
But it has to be hundreds of years
Not
old.
necessarily, but this is this guy's thesis. This is just what he's saying.
Oh.
He could be, that's just his interpretation, but he's probably got the correct sources to back it up. The origin of the skull is unclear, but in tradition, the date when it took up residence is often placed outside living memory, between the 15th and 18th centuries, usually a result of violence, for example, murder or execution. Screaming skulls were very active between the 15th and 18th century, and the skulls usually were removed, not massively, consensually.
Not nicely.
Not nicely, yeah, not nicely.
Can you consent if you're dead? Like, sign up a little contract, like...
Please do not cut
I
off
give
my
you permission
head.
to take my head and stick it in a wall when I'm dead.
Yours sincerely, June and Collins. Also, under no circumstances must the skull be removed from its resting place in the building, this being emphasised in all the stories as the most important theme. If the skull is disturbed, then outbreaks of paranormal-like phenomena will plague the residents.
So it's a cursed object.
It is a cursed object, yeah. And it's got a set amount of parameters to kind of create. And now I'm thinking about that, it's very, very cool. So that's kind of the gist so far of essentially what a Screaming Skull is. I'd like to thank David Clark for his info. So, Lewis, if you were to be a Screaming Skull in the afterlife, say if someone proper murked you, cut your head off, dumped it somewhere, played it real nice like, what would be enough to get you to start screaming at someone? Say if it wasn't you being removed, you just felt like screaming at someone. Why would you do it?
Because they walk past.
Just to scare them.
Just aggro everyone.
What would be your skull scream noise, Lewis? Mine would be a lot more like...
It's a scream.
Very light.
It's like there's a skull that's trying to be a lawnmower.
Okay, fine. Okay, I'll give you my best scream song. I'm going to lean back for this one. Is that better?
That's
Yeah.
that's going to be fun in production.
Can't wait for the...
Stick a nice compressor on that.
Can't wait for the police to come knocking at my door in a second. That's going to be interesting. Has someone been murdered in here? No, I was just chatting with the lads about Screaming Skulls. Do you want to come in?
Just being a screaming skull.
Yeah, Screaming Skull. So though there are plenty of tales of these said skulls, I thought it wouldn't be fair to quickly fire through each one of them. Give them each their moment in the spotlight, as it were. So today, we're heading to Driftfield in the East Riding of Yorkshire, to the pebbled paths of Burton Agnes Hall. Any questions so far?
No.
Right, somebody's got to... Well, maybe one question. Who puts a skull there in the resting place to begin with?
Lewis, in this story, you're going to find out about the origin of the skull and why it exists.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you start rushing me, I'd really appreciate that. My throat's a bit...
I thought they were just talking about general.
Yeah, that's fine. No, that's fine. No, you can. But in this case, because obviously there's different reasons for them being Screaming Skulls, but in this story there is a solid reason to why it comes about and what it does and stuff. So first things first, a little disclaimer. There's going to be a few names thrown about, but the main one you'll need to know is Anne and her father, Sir Henry Griffith. So... Anne was one of 3 daughters of Sir Henry Griffith, who built the hall in 1610. The story goes that Anne had watched the building of the hall and could talk and think of nothing else. She was obsessed with it. Anne was the youngest and allegedly prettiest of the 3 sisters, and she was particularly in love with the estate, constantly wandering around the grounds and the neighbouring lands and just planning new gardens and imagining the happy life she was going to have there. She was obsessed with the place. She had everything planned for it. Constant changes. She just bloody loved the place. She loved it. When the hall was almost finished, Anne went one afternoon to visit the St. Quintin's at Harpham, which was an inn and creamery at the time, which is about a mile away from the hall. However, when she was near St. John's Well, she was attacked, beaten, and robbed by a gang of ruffians. She was brought home to Burton Agnes Hall, but was so badly hurt that she would eventually succumb to her wounds and died a few days afterwards.
So I'm assuming...
Shop and got attacked and died.
I'm assuming Anne's going to become the skull in that case.
Maybe.
And the fact that she loved the place means if she was moved from the place... Oh, sorry, I'm just I'm throwing spoilers now. I'm just guessing. I might spoil it.
Yeah, thank you.
No. I don't know what's coming, James. Please inform me.
Before she died, she was literally distraught on her deathbed at the thought of having to leave her family and the home forever. She told her sisters that she would never rest unless part of her could remain in our beautiful home as long as it shall last. She made them promise that when she was dead, her head should be severed and preserved in the hall forever. And to pacify her, the sisters agreed. It is strange of all the body parts to have kept in your house.
I don't know what's weirder. If there's any other body part that's okay.
A lack of hair.
Yeah, I'm going to die soon.
Symbolic. Yeah.
Lop my head off. Stick it in the hallway so that I can watch everyone coming in and out of the house. How odd.
So she passed away and she wanted her head left in the hall. She really liked the hall.
Weird behaviour, but sure.
So she died, and the sisters agreed to leave part of her in there. However, when Anne did die, she was buried in the nearby churchyard. Now, this has been historically described as a bad move. So, following the sisters' absolute lack of respect for Anne's final wishes, a ghost came a-knocking. Knockety, knockety, knock. The ghost walked the halls and scared the hell out of just about everybody who was in there. Strange bumps in the night, pictures falling off the walls, absolute blood-curdling moans and groans and screams through the night. And like most people, they tried to ignore the racket completely. But after a while, it didn't take too long for the despair and desperation to settle in, and they decided to seek help.
Weird behaviour. Ghost just walking through like, distinct lack of heads.
Not a fan.
In this hall.
Not a fan.
Funny that. If only someone had asked you to put a head in the hall.
If only.
Do we know who this ghost is? Or are we just assuming it's her? Or do we actually know that it's her?
Let's keep it in the realm of the story. I think it's fair to say it is her, Lewis. Yeah. She wanted her skull. She's not happy, mate. She's really not happy.
They obviously just went, yeah, all right, we'll put your head in the other way, because he wants a rotting head.
It's not going to happen, but she is dying, so we'll just agree, and she won't know.
We're going to boil it first, Lewis. Get the flesh off it. You know. Go on, whack all Anne's head in the hob.
Still.
Let's get her done.
That dinner smells good.
It's your sister's not for face!
This is... this is
a lot of
strange,
troubling stuff that comes along with the thoughts of keeping your sister's head in your house, isn't there?
Yeah.
I think I'd rather be haunted.
Yeah, but okay, fair enough. I can see that. Yeah. So the sisters took counsel with the local vicar and eventually agreed that the grave should be opened. So they should have done it in the first place. It would have saved them a lot of bother. The skull was exhumed and brought into the house, and so long as it was undisturbed, the hall was peaceful and untroubled. So essentially, Anne just full-on cursed them on her deathbed, whether she meant it or not. Her passion and dying love of the place was so intense that she physically created some form of curse upon herself and her family, or the hall itself. Just shows, guys, don't get too passionate on your deathbed.
But that's weird though, isn't it? Because it's like, your family's not going to live in that house forever. They'll either move away or, unfortunately, they'll all, conk it. And then your head's going to be moved. So now you're just you're just in a stranger's house.
Yeah, and you're screaming at them, and you don't know why.
Forever.
I don't know if her soul is physically tied to it, but there's some form of... There must be part of a soul attached to it to, activate every time...
There's got to be some sort of conscious thing, isn't there? To say, oh, I'm not here anymore. This is wrong. Let's scream.
Hearts out. However, in a typically darkly comic manner, many attempts have been made to get rid of the skull. Why keep it around when it's obviously just a bunch of bumbo jumbo? One story is, one servant wrapped the skull in a cloth and threw it on the back of a wagon and horses. The horses reared up in the air and trembled in fear, and then the hall began to shake as pictures fell off the wall until the skull was replaced.
Where does the skull come from?
They brought the skull into the house, as I just said.
They dug her up.
You need to listen.
And took the head.
Listen.
Listen.
If you want to get through this... Okay. Listen. No, listen. If you want to get through this class, You need to pay attention more. All right?
Okay,
Not a bad guy, Lewis, but I need your focus, all right? But yeah, so the skull was brought into the hall and they peeled it or whatever and they left it in there and all was well until the servant decided one day to chuck it onto a carriage and it scared all the horses and...
Yeah, she was like,
No.
I'm not having this in my house
Get it
anymore.
out!
This is rank.
What is this, a charnel house? I don't think so.
But did it scream when she threw it on
say
the
that,
horse?
but I
cart?
imagine as soon as she threw it on, the sound of the Nazgul started, and that's what set it all off. So another time, it was buried in the outside garden, but as soon as they did that, the ghost started to walk, stomping its feet around with tremendous noise, and just disturbing everyone again. So the skull has to be inside. It has to be in the house. It can't be on the grounds, under the grass. It's got to be inside. So a little interesting fact that I quite like is that the skull is still in the house. It's built secretly into one of the old walls. They don't know where, but they said it's possibly in the Great Hall. It pleases the ghost. No one has to see it. It's a win-win. It's a win-win.
If this house ever gets knocked down, it's going to be an absolute disaster. Because that skull's just never going to be happy again.
In my eyes, that's like a loophole, innit? Putting it behind a wall. With like...
That's cheating the system.
Yeah, they're cheating.
Work smarter, not harder, Lewis. Hey man, if the skull's happy, they're happy. I know I would be. You know, anything to bloody shut Anne up, I tell you. Nobody knows for sure if obviously the skull is in the Great Hall, but wherever it is, she's obviously peacefully watching over the home. However, some other sources say things are a bit different. So Ian Topham from Mysterious Britain has said that the actual origin of the skull is unknown, but the hall was built for Sir Henry in the 16th century and not for the three sisters. But it's difficult to ascertain whether the skull actually belongs to Anne Griffith, as tradition asserts. So he's saying that the skull just turned up, caused trouble. But I think the story that I've kind of put together is a bit more fulfilling, rather than just random skull in-house, spooky. I think it kind of makes it a bit more of a family affair. It's a good drama, very good drama. One final point regarding this: it's said that Anne herself is also known as Old Nance. That's her name she's been given. And apparently every October, which is apparently the month she passed away, her presence is often felt throughout Burton Agnes Hall and in the Queen's chamber to this very day.
Oh, and Halloween month.
It's the best time of the year.
She couldn't have picked a better month, though, because everyone in Halloween month, everyone's just going to be like, it's just
a ghost. It's a ghost.
Some kids messing
I was
about.
waiting all month for this. Yeah.
Yeah. Do it in like March, and everyone will be like, what's going on? This month's crazy. And then it's April.
It's an interesting story, because if you think about it, like, obviously, it's very distressing for the family to lose their sister. And to be given quite a grim request is obviously quite be a bit jarring, wouldn't it? So I can kind of see why they didn't follow it, because it's not like, oh, take care of my dog when I'm gone or whatever. But then, obviously, she returns to cause trouble until her request is met. But then, is there a form of, I don't know, like not closure, but is it nice knowing that your sister's spirit's kind of there watching over the place, even if she is having tantrums with her skull?
No, that would make me supremely uncomfortable.
That's the thing.
Just like, I don't want your fucking head in my house, so like, just get out.
Yeah. Then you know that they're not gone, they're still there. It's weird. If any of it's true.
Marvels, Mysteries and Midlanders.
Oh,
Lewis
here
Carter.
we go.
Lewis Carter. How would you deal with the screaming skull curse? You're a patient man.
Can't you just smash it up? What happens if you smash it up? Does it just like reappear? Just like pop?
This is why we have Lewis on the show, because he knows how to fix curses. What do you do?
He's a man
when you
with
get haunted
solutions,
by a
is
screaming
what he
skull?
is.
Oh, you just smash his head in, didn't you? Smash his head in.
Beat it up, it's fine, yeah. getting haunted,
It
get the baseball bat out. It'll leave you alone pretty soon after that.
It would completely curse the hell out of you and then just haunt you permanently. Or it would be a case of you'd have to do some sort of ritual to purify it, but now it's even harder because it's in tiny little pieces. That's kind of what I've thought of. So, Lewis, I believe you could do all three of those. I think you've got the power within you to beat a screaming skull. I think smashing its head in is good. Everyone, thank you for listening. That was Lewis Carr. He's solved the screaming skull, and that's done. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Yeah. Wrap up the show, the whole series. Done.
So,
this is it.
A quick few little footnotes to the haunting of Burton Agnes Hall. So, we've been talking about skulls a lot, and I'm sure you both know that skulls are quite popular, especially in folklore, all over the world. They get used as like trophies, charms, mascots, and decorations. They're on everything, really, aren't they? But what I looked into is obviously Screaming Skull could become a decoration to kind of withhold the curse. But looking into these places around the world that are absolutely full of skulls and bones, like Capuchin Crypt in Rome, it contains the decorative remains spread across about 6 small chapels. One of these rooms in the chapel is called the Crypt of Skulls, and almost 3,700 skulls are buried in there, decoratively around the room, in the wall. The room is absolutely full.
Be an absolute nightmare. If there's one of those is screaming, you'd be like, right, okay, bit by bit, we've got to tackle this.
Yeah, they were buried inside of the crypt by the order. They're all monks, Capuchin monks, and when they passed away, they were essentially installed, I think, into this chapel. I'd love to visit there, though.
So the more monks that die, the bigger the chapel gets.
I don't know if to practice they still do. I'm not sure if the order's still about, but back in the day, it was a big thing.
I was going to say, you need to get right, we need a new bathroom, so 50 of you can just...
Crow-kit, lads, we need some...
That'd be great, because, we need an extension.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how they did it back in the old days, man. They didn't mess about. So you got one room full of just 3,000 plus skulls, but there's other rooms. There's the Crypt of the Pelvises, Crypt of the Leg Bones and the Thigh Bones, and the Crypt of Resurrection, which is quite cool.
What's in the resurrection room?
Jesus, mate.
Okay.
Just chilling.
It'd be a nightmare. They're resurrecting. They got his skull's back alive, that pelvis is moving, this elbow over here is...
Jesus just standing in the room like, oh, for God's sake.
We've got to reassemble this whole thing now.
So what I'm basically saying is skulls seem to be a big part of architecture around the world for whatever reason, religious or, magical. When you do start to, worry one day that we're going to die, we're going to leave our mortal coil, whatever, and it will happen. You have to face that. And now I've said that, I'm starting to get a bit worried.
Fantastic reminder of our own mortality there.
You're welcome.
Beautiful.
Just think, though, that if you summon enough willpower, your skull could be the bane of somebody's existence.
You know what I might do?
Don't.
I might summon the willpower on my deathbed, whenever that is, And then...
soon, if you want.
I'm going to donate my skull to the RSC.
Okay.
To be used in performances of Hamlet. And then I'm going to wait till I'm on stage and I'm being held. And he's just about to start that old speech. And I'll be like, all right, yeah. Poor Yorick's about to start screaming the house down.
I knew him well.
He won't stop screaming.
Oh, screams. But
yeah,
guys, that's Lewis. I think you'd look absolutely killer on someone's fireplace. Not to sound, serious.
That was sort of sinister. You'd look fucking great if you were dead.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of them, them chattering teeth.
Yeah.
Toys.
Wait, you're gonna...
The ones you leave on the table and they just...
a school version.
What, is that what you do? You just chatter your teeth?
I want my skull
I thought you were... I thought you were gonna... Instead, I've got two visions in my head. Either a skull, they've taken all the teeth out and put one of those chattering teeth things in its mouth and it's going... Or you've... or you've taken an actual one of those chattering toys, taken out the plastic white teeth and put your actual teeth in it. It's quite a disturbing sight when you think about it. No, all right. Well, it was worth a shot. But yeah, guys, that is everything I've got for you on the Screaming Skull of Burton Agnes Hall, but I'd like to thank a few people. I'd like to thank the staff of Burton Agnes Hall itself, Mysterious Britain, Madame Guillotine, Haunted Palace blog, and of course, SpookyIsles.com. Thank you very much.
Madame Guillotine.
It's a great name.
What a name.
Great name.
That's
it's a boss
fantastic.
in a game somewhere. She's got to be Madame
Yeah,
Guillotine.
it has to be.
So yeah, next up we've got Lewis's story/factoid of the week. Wow, is it true werewolves are scared of funky music?
Of course not.
Wait, what?
So, have you guys ever considered having some work done?
You can't fix this.
Cosmetic
On my house,
food,
mate.
yeah.
All right, okay. One thing I do think of is, and it's mainly just because when I'm feeling lazy or putting on a bit of weight, is, but not like seriously considering it. A bit of lipo on the belly, just flatten it a bit.
I consider
Yeah.
looking at the men in my family. There's not much hope for my hair, so I was hoping, one day I'll be rich enough to be able to get the old plugs.
I do get told a lot, like, "Oh, your hair's thinning," and I'm like, yeah, "If I have," because my hair's all I have, really. It's all I have.
I'll be like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm coming to terms with the bald with a beard look. I think that's going to be a strong
But
look
like,
for me.
you've got to
But,
be kind of not jacked, but you've got to look strong if you've got beard.
yeah,
and
you
baldness.
can't be overweight.
I'm a little bit weedy, so I think I need to pack on some muscle mass if I'm going to embrace. I mean, right now, I think I've got a few more years of.
You're good. Look at you, you're grand, you're beautiful.
Stop it, guys. Stop. But yeah, Lewis. So, okay, I'll throw the question back at you. Have you ever considered having any work done?
I'm not, man. Not
Well, you bloody
really.
should, mate. Yeah.
Well, a common procedure that people have done is they don't like the wrinkles, do they?
Oh, yeah.
So they go and have Botox.
Yes.
Oh, the old facelift.
Yeah. Or they don't like the lips, so they have the lips done, don't they? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But did you know that Botox is highly poisonous?
Really?
And actually, one of the most poisonous substances in the
Let's
world.
hope they don't accidentally inject it into your bloodstream. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
one wrong needle
exactly.
away from death.
Yeah.
Well, humans haven't really got humans are pretty good for not wanting to put poisonous substances into the body, so it's quite surprising, really.
You say that, but didn't makeup used to be made out of lead?
I was being sarcastic because let's talk about the drugs and stuff. That's a lot of them are dangerous substances and stuff. So a lot of drugs and stuff, mate. They're not good for you. Well, I had no idea it was one of the most poison.
I had no idea. So
I did not know that. No, that's
I'm calling it Botox, but the full name for it is pure plutonium toxin.
Did you say plutonium?
No,
Oh, okay.
blotonium.
So plutonium, mate. Like your face is melting off if you've got that put into your skin.
plutonium. And the last bit is literally toxic.
Yeah.
The tox in
Toxin, yeah.
Botox stands for toxic.
Well, it says AKA Botox.
We are not
I put the
a
tox
species
into
that's supposed to have got this far.
Definitely
if we're
not.
doing shit like that.
No, but
So
no, that's true.
it goes on to say a couple of kilograms is enough to kill every single human on the planet.
What? And
People are just
walking,
sticking it in their
they're
skin.
walking about with it in their faces. Just so if you punch someone who's got Botox and like they went sprayed.
I don't know whether
Onto
it's
you.
the same thing, but it's heavily hinting in my fact website that it is the same Botox we all know
wanna
about.
quickly say that's-
because there's somebody getting injected.
That's can't.
Why are we choosing to put that in us?
Because it makes me look so hot, and I don't have any wrinkles on my face, so like my husband totally loves me now. That's why.
And then you're dead.
And you're dead.
Because it's in your
And you're
bloodstream.
dead. I mean, it's like those bodybuilders who put the steroids in their arms, and then, I mean, out of nowhere, their arms explode.
Oh yeah, there was that guy
yeah.
that he wanted hard muscles all the time, so he injected cement.
What a genius. Oh, Matt
and he had to get it all surgically removed because he couldn't move any of his muscles.
That's hot. Oh,
That's horrible.
oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
It's like that other woman who had a butt lift or butt what's the word? Made the ass bigger. Yeah, she had one of them from like some dodgy back alley guy, and he just put cooking oil in it. He filled her ass with cooking oil.
Oh my God.
Oh, dear.
It's just
Ugh.
again how Junan, how are we still alive? how
Yeah,
are we still
we
here?
shouldn't have got this far.
No, we shouldn't have. But yeah, there's some absolute nightmare stuff. I mean, you look at, because having work done to your face is quite a popular thing now. There's a lot more, you can get smaller things that essentially, they change your face in a very small, not permanent way. So you have those
Like lip fillers.
Lip fillers, exactly. I mean, there's that look that a lot of women have where they have the duck mouth. That's a very big thing now. Same goes for breast implants as well. Obviously, there was that controversy a few years ago about a lot of women had to have their breast implants removed because they were basically toxic.
Yeah, and I swear, I don't know if I got my facts wrong here, but can't breast implants burst?
Yes, they can.
Yeah.
Which is just, that could go
You
very
don't
wrong very
you
quickly.
can die if they pop, But I was having this discussion with my wife about identifying, faker boobers. And the big telling, oh God, why does every single episode I just end up sounding like an absolute deviant? But you know what? I'm going to embrace it. I am a deviant, okay? I am the deviant. Basically, they're... Oh, God's sake, why am I doing this?
Was that just an excuse to look at boobs?
No, yeah, she walked in and goes, what are you looking at? Breasts, but it's for research. Look, I'm trying to find the difference between plastic surgery breasts and natural breasts. Did you want to help? Welcome to Breast Talk with James Alexander. Hope you're enjoying it.
Three men that definitely know what they're talking about. Here we
when
go.
you grab the boobies, it's like handfuls of sand. You squeeze them, you twist them, you honk honk. It's beautiful. Yeah. So yeah, that's my expertise. That's my expertise when it comes to breast implants, yeah. But yeah, overall, having work done, the only thing I've really considered is tummy suck. Like Louis Theroux did in his episode what he did on it. He had like a bit of a lipo.
I didn't know
Yeah. Need to watch some of those Louis Theroux documentaries, Lewis.
Yeah.
Louis Theroux looked completely different before that episode. Completely different.
There's one that, 2 kilograms can kill everyone on the planet.
Very casual.
But 1 kilogram is worth a lot of money. A hell of a lot of money.
How much?
It says here, $121 trillion.
I'm starting to believe you're just having us on, Lewis, because this all sounds...
He's just making things up.
$1 bazillion dollars.
I've trusted this website for my fact finding, but this
Did you
one,
cross-reference them with other websites?
I've not checked the sources.
Okay.
I must say.
Right. Yeah.
So take all that with a pinch of salt.
Yes, sir. I will. Yes, sir. I think that... how much was it again?
$121 trillion.
How can people afford any form of stuff?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
I don't get it.
Junan's despairing now. He's curled up into a ball.
I'm trying to work out the math.
I know.
Like, because let's face it, if you
Yeah, he says it's a fact, mate. He's proven it. It's a fact, mate.
It's on the very trusted website. WTFfunfact.com.
that sounds scientifically reputable.
This is why
This is
our podcast should come first, because we get our facts from very reliable sources like WTFfunfacts.com or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the ultimate science podcast. Here we
If you
go.
want to look up, this fact, it's WTF fun fact number 11,490.
Well, you've been searching for a while. We haven't done that many episodes yet, mate. What are you doing?
Well, yeah.
That's why he wasn't listening earlier on. He was scrolling through 11,000 facts.
I thought that didn't look right. No, that one doesn't look right.
Yeah. That's definitely not true. Oh, $1 gazillion.
And I decided on this one, yeah, 'cause it's amazing.
That I can believe.
Oh my god. Oh god.
I think we have to leave it there.
Calling it. Time of death was
Time of death.
4:56
Oh,
p.m.
amazing.
Yeah. Hello everyone, it's James here. Just letting you all know we do indeed have a social media now. You can find us on Instagram at MMMidlanders or MMMIDLANDERS. Or if you even want to send us a sternly written email or maybe a strange experience you've had, send it to marvels.mysteries@gmail.com. That's marvels.mysteries@gmail.com. And one more thing, if you have access to Apple Podcasts or use it frequently, if you'd be so kind to rate, review and subscribe to Marvel's Mysteries and Midlanders on there, it would really help us out, hopefully get more listeners in, and hopefully, if things work out, we get more content out to you lovely listeners, because that's what it's all about. It's about entertaining you, believe it or not, and also because we have to, worship our corporate overlords. Praise them, praise be. But thank you so much for listening to the podcast. It means the world to us. From the three of us, thank you. Other than that, have a great day. Take care. Guys, both of you, thank you so much as always, and thank you to all of you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you enjoyed the story of Burton Agnes Hall and the incredible story behind plastic surgery. We'll be back next time with another story to hopefully interest you and educate you. But until then, I'm James Alexander. I'm joined by the fantastic Julian Collins and the
Hello.
Lewis Carr, who's great too, I guess. Guys, have a great week.
See you later.
Bye.
Say anyway.
I'm going to take... Why the fuck is a metronome on?